We have some massive Eric Gordon and LeBron James Phoenix Suns updates, as Eric Gordon is 50-50 on returning back to this squad after not the greatest season last year. Then we look at Bronny James, talented young prospect who the Suns have looked at multiple times through the draft process. Apparently, his agent, Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, said he will not be coming to Phoenix. We got a lot to dive into, a lot to break down, all in this episode of Suns Digest. I'm Bruce Velez. If you guys do enjoy the content, if you guys want to make sure you stay up to date with everything revolving around this team, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as 81% of you guys who do watch our videos are not subscribed. We provide daily Phoenix Suns content throughout the entire off season. We're going to be bringing it to you guys every single day. If you want to make sure you stay up to date, come join us. Without further ado, though, let's dive into the topic at hand. Make sure to grab a snack. And like we mentioned in the introduction, LeBron apparently is not coming to Phoenix, according to all the reports of possibly the Suns taking LeBron or LeBron's son, Bronny James, in the draft this year, specifically at pick 22. We want to look at this article here. We can see posted by the Suns that we can squash LeBron James to Phoenix rumors, as apparently Rich Paul has said that he is not coming. We want to look at and see. We can see from Twitter here from Jonathan Giovanni, who does a fantastic job covering the draft. He asked Rich Paul and they talked, and he said Rich Paul confirms that Bronny James has worked out with just two teams, the Lakers and the Suns. And he does that for a specific reason, saying there's a specific strategy to the things that I do that I've been doing throughout my years. Nah, I just realistically think it's that you got caught in trying to send your son possibly to Phoenix and trying to do something, and now you want to hide it and be like, oh no, big spectacle for LeBron. That could be a possibility, but I don't think that we're trying to hide anything. Why would you want Bronny working out this team and going out with this team and having all these reports focused on Phoenix if it's not a possibility that LeBron could go there? I don't know. But Rich Paul says that there's no package deal option for LeBron and Bronny with the Suns or the Lakers. The Lakers can draft Bronny and LeBron doesn't resign. LeBron isn't also not going to Phoenix for a minimum deal. We can squash that now. So if for a chance the Suns are even wanting to be able to try to get a player in LeBron James, if they draft Bronny, it's not signing on a vet min, so you can squash that, erase that, take that out of your brains, because the only way that LeBron is getting over here is if he gets traded, and the only way that that's going to be physically possible with this Suns team is if they move off of one of their three stars that make $50 million. Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant. Are you trading Kevin Durant for LeBron James to bring in Bronny? Nope, you're not doing that. You already fired your head coach and Frank Vogel to please Kevin Durant. You're definitely not doing that. You're trading your star player in Devin Booker to bring in LeBron James so you can have LeBron James and Kevin Durant with Bradley Beal. And then what happens when LeBron and KD both want out or both retire? Yeah, that's not a question we want to be looking at. Or are you going to trade the most likely person that you could trade in Bradley Beal to the Los Angeles Lakers, but you don't have draft capital or young talent to attach with Bradley Beal because he has, one, a no trade clause, and two, one of the worst contracts in the NBA at $50 million for playing around 40 games a season. What are you going to do? You can't do nothing. Apparently, I'm not going to rule it out completely, because there's still the fact that the Suns could draft Bronny, could still find a way to get LeBron. But ultimately, what it seems like from Rich Paul's side is that the only way that he's going to get over to the Suns is via a trade, and the Suns don't have anything that the Lakers are going to want. They might want Booker, but the Suns aren't going to give up Booker to get LeBron. They might want Kevin Durant, but they're not switching Bron for KD. That's kind of dumb. That's not going to happen. And then you're also not trading Bradley Beal, because why would the Lakers want Bradley Beal with Anthony Davis? That just makes them worse. Yes, you're going to give them draft capital, young talent, but you don't have that on their roster to even attach with Bradley Beal to even get a deal like that done. Ultimately, it just doesn't make sense for the Phoenix Suns to possibly even get a trade done with this team. And if we want to look kind of into the article, we can see that you can read into the semantics behind these statements as Paul is doing what he can to guide the narratives and maximize the opportunity for the younger James. Regardless of what the end goal is, the addition of King James was always a pipe dream. I hate these statements as it's period for point versus the question mark that we've always been asking. He also goes on to say that there are other teams that love Bronny, for example, saying Minnesota, Dallas, Toronto. If it's not the Lakers, it will be someone else. Minnesota would love to get Bronny in, but I don't know who their owner is going to be. So basically, Rich Paul saying, Bronny would love to go Minnesota. I'm sure that Minnesota would love to have him be a defensive young guard, but since we don't know if they're going to have Glenn Taylor or Alex Rodriguez, we don't know where we're going. Okay, thanks. Dallas, we've heard rumors of. We've already seen that rumor. Oh, Bronny teaming up with Kyrie once again. I don't see that. I think he's going to stay in LA. I think Bronny's going to get drafted in LA, regardless if it's the first round pick at pick 17, like everybody thinks it's going to be, or if it's going to be that second round pick and Rich Paul was just trying to hype up Bronny James saying, oh, he's not going to play in the G League. Oh, he's not going to play on a two-way. Regardless of what the decision is between Rich Paul, between Bronny James will be on a roster next season. Don't get me wrong. He's not going to go undrafted. Second round, first round, we really don't know. The draft is 6 days away, and there's still this whole spectacle about Bronny James' name dangling around everybody's head. No one knows what's happening. No one knows what's going on. Ultimately, in my eyes, I think that Bronny James will be selected by the Lakers at pick 17. LeBron will stay. Lakers will try to do something with Bronny and Bron will get his dream of playing with Bronny. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section about this whole kind of news talking about LeBron James, because it is a little crazy due to the fact of the reports of how highly we've seen of them wanting Bronny James. Drop down your thoughts down below. Let's get into the next topic at hand, which is the most important topic, which is talking about the possibility of Eric Gordon leaving as well. We kind of talked about that in our, breakdowns of the roster. If you missed that, check that out. But we got some news about Eric Gordon, a guy who, to be honest, wasn't the greatest for the Phoenix Suns as a catch and shoot guy, taking a little bit of a dip in his role, but ultimately he could want out. If we want to look at this tweet from Evan Sidery, we can see that Eric Gordon is 50-50 on whether he will exercise his $3.4 million player option next season with the Suns. Gordon would attract plenty of interest from contending teams after averaging 11 points per game with Phoenix. So ultimately, he was a solid shooter off the bench, kind of fell asleep in the playoffs. And again, this Suns team has those shooters already. You already have Beal. You already have Booker. You already have Grayson Allen, who we signed. We're apparently wanting to bring back Royce O'Neal. So why do we need another shooter at a shooting guard / small forward type build who isn't really the greatest on defense? I don't know. Like, just for veteran help, I guess. I don't know. I think that the Suns need to go in a different direction. We already have too many of these shooting specialists, these shooting all guys. Trust me, you need a point guard. You need someone to set up the offense. You need someone to get it all going. And Eric Gordon, yeah, he's a veteran guy. He can help out on some contending teams. But on this roster, he was what? Seventh, eighth? Like, it's not like he was, oh, there's a fantastic six man, Eric Gordon. Look at him like he was on the Rockets. He's older now, which is fine. Still putting up 11 points, but when you need other needs like rebounding or defense or possibly just another big to help out down low as a good presence, a guy like Eric Gordon could easily be, thrown away, and I don't think Suns fans are over really going to freak out about it. We also want to look at this tweet from Gerald Bourguet, who does a fantastic job covering the Phoenix Suns, but he also added some adding here due to the fact that apparently Eric Gordon is a 50-50 on a return to Phoenix, but is also interested in possibly a Rockets reunion as well. He obviously has that 3.4 player option with the Suns for next season, and the deadline for that player option is on June 29th. So 9 days after the draft, we'll see. That's when, kind of things happen with the front offices and stuff, working with, restrictions on player options, team options, even working on extensions with certain players, which we've already seen kind of with some players like Pascal Siakam already get his kind of negotiated. But Eric Gordon, Drew Eubanks, Bol, there are plenty of names for this Phoenix Suns, Josh Okogie, that all have player options for this Suns squad, and ultimately it's going to be up to them if they want to accept. My personal opinion, if Eric Gordon declines his player option, does not come back, I am not fretting, I am not worried, I am not frustrated at anyway. We lose Eric Gordon, we go out, we go get another veteran type guy. Personally, like I mentioned, I think there are other better needs. Point guard, possibly like a Kyle Lowry, possibly like a Dennis Schroeder if he gets away, possibly a Dennis Smith Jr., possibly a Chris Dunn. Those type of point guards I would really, really like. Even drafting Tyler Kolek as well, which we've talked about on this show here before as well. I think he could be a nice prospect. Then looking at the big men, maybe an Andre Drummond, maybe bring back Bol. We'll have to wait and see what this Phoenix Suns team does. But ultimately, I do think that they want to win a championship. They want to bring a championship here to Phoenix. Matt Ishbia, James Jones, and now Mike Budenholzer all want that for this squad. They saw this team bring 49 wins. Unfortunately, it was a devastating loss and a sweep in that playoff series to the Minnesota Timberwolves. But ultimately, the Minnesota Timberwolves was a fantastic squad, and I think that this Suns team, if they ran into a different opponent, would have had a little bit of an easier run in the playoffs. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys think Eric Gordon should be brought back? Do you think he should be let go? What are your thoughts on LeBron James apparently not coming to Phoenix? I want to know all your guys' stuff. So drop down your opinions, your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed the video here today, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. CJ and I have been grinding these videos for the past month. We are less than 200 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers here on Suns Digest, and we can't thank everybody enough that's already hit that subscribe button, already hit that like button, everybody that tunes into the videos. Once again, I'm Bruce Velez. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode here of Suns Digest. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and go, Phoenix Suns.